Up, vapors? It's December 27th, a couple days after Christmas. Got a new RDA in the mail yesterday. It is an interesting one. Have not seen a video on this one yet. I feel like I might be the first person, which is always exciting. I was going through my emails and what is it? Hottest cheap vapes, which is vapecheap.com. I get an email about once a week. I've said this in multiple videos, and it's where I order a lot of my devices, and I try to keep up with a lot of things that have good reviews by respectable people on that website. And it's kind of like a third-party website, and they do giveaways and other things on the website, which is awesome. I have not won a giveaway yet, but it keeps me in tune with everything. Now, this is, you see, that's the Doge, D-O-G-E. Wow. This one is a little bit different. Instead of your normal Cyclops holes that the Doge normally has, this is called the Doge X. This is not a clone. This is made by the guys who make the Doge, the original, which is a very affordable mod. I think it comes in right at about $35, and then of course shipping and handling and everything. And you know me, normally I come into a video and I'm vaping, but I just want to show off this really just impressive design. It is a love child between the Doge and the Mutation X. It's just like, ugh. What you have here are 9 holes on each side. It is a dual cool only. Dual cool or quad cool. No single cool. Sorry, guys. But you have what I believe to be about a 2.5 mil hole. Then you have about a 2 mil hole, or I think it's a 1 mil hole, 1.5 mil hole at the top, 2 mil, 2.5. And it's just designed just like the Mutation X. But the Mutation X has the same size holes all the way up, which I believe are 2 millimeter holes, which would be that middle set of holes there, but the best way to set it up, mine's not set up quite like this, would be to have your coils on the lower holes, and then the other 2 size holes would give to that vortex, to that cloud chasing just creation, and every bit of it makes sense. There's not too many cons about this one that I have experienced so far. I got it. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of a breakdown of it. This is your top cap here. It's a wide mouth top cap. They've actually designed it to be a 20 millimeter diameter barrel cylinder here. So you can run your competition top caps like your Chuff Enuffs and stuff like that. So you've got a really big bore. Yeah, I'm talking through it. How about that? I'm just so enthused with this thing. It is just remarkable. And then you have 5 louvers to help cut down on the heat. This thing, it heats up my mod within several hits, but I have not had the mouthpiece get hot on me at one point. I paid, I'll tell you the price at the end. We'll do that. You've got an O-ring here, and then you have slots cut in it, just about like how the Mutation X is, the newest one. One side of it, I think it was right here, I had a little burr on here, and all I did was took my finger and kind of worked it off. It didn't stick me or anything. These edges are pretty sharp here. those tips there. But then you get into the inside of it, and you've got a little bit of a conical design. I would have to say that the flavor, for as big as this is pretty good. Pretty good, okay? Pretty good. And so here we're getting into the cylinder, or the tube, or the second portion of the top cap, whatever you want to call it. I call this a top cap, and I call this a cylinder. A little bit of gun terminology, I reckon. Talk like a cowboy. Yeah, cowboy. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the top of it here. I have not tried my Chef Enough on here yet. It is a little bit of a rounded edge towards the inside here. The machine work in here is pretty good. The holes are pretty symmetrical. I haven't really seen, I've looked at it several times. A couple of the holes, I mean, they're good. The holes line up really well. And it kind of tightens up the draw a little bit, but yet it's really airy. I would compare it to the Dark Horse. I don't feel like it produces quite enough vapor as the Dark Horse, but I feel like it produces a damn good amount. And then here on the base of it, towards the bottom, you have a little bit of a relief here, because on the deck you have a little bit of a lip, so everything locks down and sits nice and happy and flush on top of your RDA, on top of your mod. I'm gonna keep the coils on here for this. I don't know, most people wouldn't do it. I just, for the video, I don't have a whole lot of time tonight to be pulling them off and doing a whole big demonstration here. But here's your deck. The negative posts are milled into the deck. I'm guessing that's, the deck is basically just like your dog, your original dog. The deck reminds me a lot of the plume veil, with how, or the tobe, how the negative posts are milled into the deck, and then you have almost like a figure eight juice well. I would have to say, in comparison to the tobe and the plume veil, in my opinion, has a very shallow juice well, as to where the dog, I think, probably has the deepest juice well, and that is the bottom of it. You have a copper 510. Ooh, beating it up already. Might have to take the coils off. You have a copper 510 here. It is non-adjustable. You have a copper positive pin, as well as your stainless steel negatives that are milled into the deck. And one of the things, for some of those people who don't like vaping copper, and copper this, they include an extra set of insulators, a set of screws, set of your top screws. The middle one is the biggest, and the center post is the biggest screw, and then the two on the sides are your negatives, and they include one positive and two negative extras, every O-ring that you would need, as well as a new copper 510 pin and a stainless steel center post. I think that they just, with that, in my opinion, they really catered to everybody. So instead of having two versions of one RDA, they have one version that caters to two different people. I'm running the copper one. That's the one that came on this one when I received it. I am very pleased with it. I'm not afraid of copper by any means. This RDA is made in the USA. No, it's not made in the USA. I bought it from a USA seller. I bought it from Vapor DNA. I put their website in the description below. Rip Tripper buys a lot of the stuff that he uses from them. They have that really cool drip tip that he uses, the little round one. Yeah, 25 bucks. Anyways, I really do want one though. But so kind of doing a little overview of this, and I'll show you how the airflow works. You just turn your top cap and you just start closing off holes, and you can open them back up, and you can close them the other direction however you feel. Sometimes you might want to, you know, depending on the orientation of your coils, you might want to close one side, one way over the other. But enough talking. Let's see how she vapes with the copper simple mod. By the way, I'm vaping Blueberry Breakfast from Vapes Gone Wild. This is a 4 milligram nicotine, max VG, so they used a nicotine-based nicotine, or a VG-based nicotine. Don't really taste the difference between either or. I do kind of feel like it does need to steep a little bit. As far as the flavor, wide open, the flavor is very good. It's very loud. It's pronounced. Vapor, tons of vapor, a lot of vapor. It's just that it's a little, from the Dark Horse to this RDA, it's not as dense. I have a very similar build on here as the Dark Horse. It is 24 gauge, dual coil, parallel, 5 wraps, ohmed at 0.16. The juice I'm using is a little new, so maybe it just needs to steep a little bit. But it's pretty good. But that's the dog. That's the Doge X. Vape easy, guys.